fix a broken heart? Who could put you together when you're torn apart? Hand in hand, I was down, can't see.
Are y'all ready to get this show started? 3, 2, 1.
Let's get it. Here we go.
You're now tuned into the City Flow on Hidden City Radio.
We know some good, make them say.
With your girl, TopNotch Butterscotch.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? It's your girl, TopNotch Butterscotch. You're now tuned in to City Flow here on Hidden City Radio. The time is now 7 p.m. It's March 31st. Tomorrow is opening day. Yay! Shout out to all my baseball fans out there. If anybody know me, y'all know I love my baseball. Oh, all right. Act like y'all know. So, moving right along with the show. I got a good show lined up for y'all tonight. As always, y'all already know how I do. Come on now. Give me some gratitude. But moving forward, before we get into that, if you would like to be on my show, please submit your inquiry to hiddencityradio@gmail.com. If you're an artist, make sure to submit your inquiry in MP3 format with proper metadata, because I am a registered station with ASCAP, BMI, and SCE. And if you're a business owner, please make sure to submit your information with a small bio about yourself and your web links to either your Instagram, Facebook, or your web address so that I can take a look at your products and make sure you're on the up and up to be on the show. Moving right along, this tonight will actually be the last show until April 7th. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am taking a little small hiatus. I gotta take a break. I've been going at it since, I believe, January. Yeah, so I need to take a little break and recoup and get my mind right and get everything back to normal, because I feel like I'm just tired. I'm gonna just be honest. My mind is tired, boss. So moving right along with that. So we're gonna come back April 7th after tonight. So Mr. Jamaal Marvel, who we will have on the screen here shortly, is our last guest for March. So let's clap it up. We wrapped up nice. Yes. I am super excited to introduce you guys to him. I found him through the music distribution company that I'm with. And when I heard his music, I was just like, oh yeah, I gotta put this in the station rotation. You know how I like to do over here at Hidden City Radio. I don't promote a lot of mainstream. I promote the people who are being slept on, who have drive, who have talent, who are motivated. And that's what I'm here to do. That's why I thrive to promote small business and indie artists. Like, man, it's a pleasure just to serve you all. So moving right along, submit your inquiry to hiddencityradio@gmail.com. Make sure you're following us on YouTube, because we're going to give away some prizes once I get that 100 subscriber. Oh, all right. Y'all not trying to win no prizes. I don't know what y'all doing over there. But yeah. So yeah, subscribe to us on YouTube. Like us on Instagram. Do all that good stuff on Facebook. I'm really not a social media junkie, but just take care of the girl. All right, y'all. So moving right along, we're going to bring our guest on the show tonight. And if y'all watching, drop us a, hey, hello, how y'all doing? Ask some questions. You know what I'm saying? I do this for the people. So moving right along, we're going to bring our guest, Mr. Jamaal Marvel, on the screen. And we're going to chop it up with him and see what he got going on. Oh, all right. Let's get that going. Mr. Jamaal, can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Loud and clear. We want to thank you for joining us tonight on Hidden City Radio. You are our last guest of the month. Chop it up.
I'm honored.
Oh, man, I am honored that I was given this opportunity to interview you. And I mean, if you don't mind, because I already know a little bit about you myself, if you don't mind introducing yourself to the fans, go ahead and let them know about you.
My name is Jamal Marvel. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, originally from Virginia. I've been doing music for a while now. I do a little bit of everything, but R&B, hip hop is my
Nice.
main niche, But I do love, to infuse pop funk into my music as well too. Um,
Nice.
I have a total of 3 albums out. The very first album I dropped in 2013. It's my baby, first time ever doing, music. So I didn't know what I was doing, but it's special in my heart because I have my
Right.
family on it, so it's cool. And then I joined a group, eclectic, like fusion band. It was hip hop, R&B, funk, rock, EDM, reggae. Like you mix it all together, and that's what you had called Half Black. And the album's called Evolution. And then I just dropped my second single project called Tales of a Fool.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about it, man. It's personal. So I dropped that last year in October, and tomorrow my last single from the album called Dark Side is dropping.
Ooh.
So yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. So, you ready to jump right into this interview?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, good
I
deal.
love your energy. This is gonna be fun.
It really is going to be fun because you done already spilled the beans. You told me that Tales of a Fool was personal. So
Yeah,
before we
yeah.
get into that, let's rewind a little bit and give them a little introduction as to what got you into making music.
Man, that question is so interesting because some people like I've been singing since I was in the womb
Yeah.
and things like that, and I grew up in the country in Virginia, and we had cornfields and you had
What
cotton
part of
fields. So
Virginia?
yeah, okay, are you from VA? Because I
I'm
started doing
very
this.
familiar. I'm
All
VA
right,
made, put it that way. I'm VA
okay,
made,
all
okay?
right. I'm gonna
So where you
start.
from?
You my
Chuckatuck
first time.
somewhere?
We got. How about Franklin? You know Franklin?
I know Franklin
You
very
know.
well.
Okay, you know Emporia.
Yes, I know Emporia very
No.
well.
So I'm in the middle of Franklin and Emporia. It's called Capron or Druryville, really, if I get specific. You know
Okay.
that ain't no
Yeah, I
cell phone
know the
signal over there.
area right there off that area where you
58.
gotta slow down and do the speed limit pretty much.
Oh,
One
oh,
horse
you got to
stop
go under the
town.
speed limit. Yeah,
I know exactly where you are.
that's me. That's me. That chimney out in the woods. That was us.
Got you, got you. So what got you into making music?
Making music, I always sung, when I was a kid, I was singing out, to the trees because there was nobody else around, and
Right,
I
right,
said
right.
during the military, and one of my best friends was always singing in the malls, and be singing in the car, like everywhere, no shyness.
Nice.
And for myself, I was shy. I didn't really like to sing in front, public, and being around him got me to singing in public. And then we started doing small features, like in closets at people's houses and things. And one day, a friend of mine that we met who produced, came out of our room and was like, "Hey, I dropped, you left your laptop at the house, so I'm going to put this music program on the computer." And
Fruity
I'm like,
Loops, huh?
"Fruit Loops." Yo,
I already knew where this
Fruity
was
Loops.
going.
Yeah, that's it right there. And I was like, I don't do this, but I was bored and I started messing around in it, and from there it just hasn't stopped. I moved to Arizona. I met a individual by the name of Lemuel, crazy talented, plays guitar, bass, piano, drums, sing, and another friend of mine, Tara, and we just used to book different gigs together,
Yeah.
sing at weddings, sing at different bars and clubs, and we do like a set, like a top 40 set, like 5 songs, and the songs we
Nice.
wrote, and then ended up like a 90 set. So like after those experiences, I got bitten by the bug, I guess you could say. Like I was kind of like, I love this. I love, being out and performing in front of people. I love just being able to hang out with other musicians and make
Yeah.
music and just be crazy. And from that point on, it's just been music nonstop. So yeah.
Nice, nice. So you say you were in the military, or was your friend in the military?
My friend is in the military, and
Oh,
I
okay.
am too. I'm active duty Air Force.
Okay.
Yep,
I don't
yep.
know what y'all saying is, but I'm a veteran Navy. Hoorah. Booyah. One of them, something. I forget. I'm getting old.
Air Force do what we do. I think the only thing I would say just in general, and just say that and be done with it. But I think all the branches are dope. Honestly, everybody has their specific thing they kind of focus on,
Yeah.
and everybody brings something dope to the table. And it's always amazing to like meet somebody from another branch. She's like, oh man, like you ain't my brother, like you ain't in the Air Force, but you like my cousin.
Right. It's like a secret society. They don't understand. But I'm about to rag you out, but you say you're in the Air Force and but what is it that you guys do? Y'all are like the cream of the crop.
I'm gonna refer you to public affairs.
Public affairs. Wow.
But
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would say around what age would you say you started taking your music seriously?
I'll say, honestly, I'm gonna say from the moment that I met Clap, really, because of his energy and him always going about, music, and we started, recording off like the gaming mics. We used to record off the gaming mics in the room, like we step away from it. So I'm gonna say 20 years old, 21. Okay. Yeah, that's when I was kind of like, getting on my groove and starting to do stuff, trying to at least from a very, very jump start. You know what I mean? Like baby steps.
Got you. So do you play any instruments yourself?
So piano or keyboard. I was learning that, so I play a little bit of that. Then I kind of stopped, if I'm being honest, mainly because everybody I came in contact with played, and they played multiple instruments. So it was more like, it's cute that you're trying, but we got this. You just sing. And I was like, all right, like.
Oh my gosh, they faded you out.
They faded me out hard, but I'm not mad about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it allowed me to do what I do, best in a way. So.
Got you. Okay, so what is your creative process like? Because it sounds like you're very creative. So when you're going into making these songs and you're going into the studio, how do you pick your beats? How do you get down with the pen and pad?
Man, so it's kind of chaotic, right?
Okay.
This is like, I'm a very like free-spirited person. A short story: I was going to the air. Supposed to be going to Bali with a friend, and she counseled on me, and she's like, I'm not going anymore. And I was like, well, I want to go. Like, I took off, work and everything. So I got to the airport, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to go to Bali anymore. So I just changed my ticket, and I went to the Philippines instead. So I'm very spontaneous and very like, whatever. So my music process is kind of like that. I normally get on and I just start going through sounds. Sometimes I'll just take a whole bunch of drums and places in the program and just hit play and like create the sound. I'll just be listening. Or sometimes, I'll just hear a piano in the background, or I hear, like a wave file of like a synth or something. And then I'll like, this right here hits. I don't know what this is happening or what's happening here, but I'm feeling this, the music is speaking to me. So I'll pick that and I'll just build from it. I don't start writing. I don't come up with concepts until after I hear, I guess you could say, the main sound that I'm not looking for, but I just find.
Gotcha.
And I honestly, it might sound crazy, but I really, really believe that music speaks, and I think sound speaks. And I think if you listen to it, it tells you, what it's trying to say. So I just listen and I go off of that. So yeah, I don't go in like that one. I'm just more like, this is what I'm feeling. This is what it's saying to me. And, I interpret that sound and release it through my art.
Nice. I like that. That was dope right there. Wow. So who would you most like to create music with, as far as like collaborate?
Man. Okay, so I guess it kind of ties into the music creation process, right?
Mm-hmm.
A very active imagination. I write novels as well too. So I'm very like always on planet Z, B, Z, whatever, So a lot of times, you
can tell that by your cover art as well.
Oh, I was gonna bring that up later, but we could talk about it later too. But I'm actually writing a novel based off the cover art that drops this year too. So I'll tell you about that later on.
Okay.
But yeah. So what I do, and what I did as a kid as well, same thing. When I was singing to the trees, still do it today. I would just imagine who I wanted to sing with, right? And I do the same thing when I'm writing a song now. Like, I'm like, man, this song is dope. If I could pick anybody to be on this track, I'm like, man, I want Lupe Fiasco, Mariah Carey, and J. Cole on this track. Okay. So when I write the track and write the rhymes, or rap or the vocals, I write it as if they're on the track with me. You know, it's like I pretend that they're in the room with me, and I'm like, Mariah would do this, J. Cole would do this, you
Okay.
know, so and so would do this, and then I would kind of interpret it in my own way. So that's my creative process. So I guess you could say I collab with myself,
Okay.
but my pretend friends of these
I got
celebrities
you.
are.
Nice. Nice.
If I had to pick anybody to collab with right now, I'm a huge Bruno Mars fan. Anderson .Paak, they came out with, their group. So I was just like, what? So excited about that. So excited.
Killed it with that latest single, Leave the Door
Oh
Open. I
my
was just like,
goodness.
whoa.
Yeah.
It's so funky, it's soulful, it's smooth. Like,
yes.
woo! That's my style right there. I love it. Love it.
Yeah, same here. That, so definitely them. I'm a huge Mariah Carey fan, especially from the early 90s.
Okay.
I went through some stuff as a kid. Everybody goes through their things, the teenager their things. And I guess too, when I write, that definitely affected how I write.
Yeah.
There was lines as I was a kid, so like 9,
Yeah.
And there'll be lines that she would say like, hold on, or things like that. She's talking about like love and relationships. But for me, as a 9-year-old, as a 10-year-old, I just heard hold on.
Yeah.
Right. I heard those key words that I needed in those moments. So now when I write, I'm always cognizant of that. So I always try to write so that my music feels more open.
Yeah.
So that people can pull in lines or phrases that they might be needing in that moment, even if it's not on topic with the song. So, but so definitely Mariah Carey would be dope as well too. So, and again, I'm a huge Lauryn Hill fan. Oh my goodness. Fugees, Lauryn Hill.
I just don't understand Lauren. Like I just don't know. I love Lauren. Don't get me wrong. I love Lauren, but I don't understand. Like, okay, put it this way. Did you know? This is a fun fact. Did you know that she pretty much did not write any of those songs on the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill? Yeah, Robert Glasper put that business out there. So if anybody looking around for that information, go on YouTube. But that's why she hasn't been out. So Lauryn Hill is technically a one-hitter quitter. She doesn't know how to tune her guitar herself. Like it's a lot of rumors out there about that. That's why she hasn't come back out. And I'm so pissed off. That's why I say I don't understand her, because I love her and everybody was so wrapped up into her and her music and that album because we thought that was legit her, but that's not her. It was.
Well, I will say this. I'm getting more inside of like the industry now, right? And I'm seeing a lot of stuff, and it's all good, right? I dabble in what I'm supposed to and stay away from around, So, but I will say this: at the end of the day, she gave us Miseducation, and I'm not really. And despite how it might have came about,
true.
I am happy and glad it's there. And
Me
that's
too.
Me
too. I won't front on that. But I'm just upset that we haven't had anything else since then. But that's the real reason why. Yeah. But I will, give that to you. Still wanting to work with her. She's an awesome artist.
Yeah, the vocals really are just so soulful and just like there. Oh, and who else I would love to work with too? And I think this artist is extremely underrated. Extremely underrated. Jasmine Sullivan.
I knew you. That's my girl. Yes.
She's amazing.
Everybody slept on Jasmine. I've been riding with Jasmine since she came out with I'm Not Scared of Lions and Tigers. Yeah. I've been a huge fan of hers. But I love the way she does it though. She is like pretty much every artist. She only puts her music out when she's going through something. And it's always a breakup. And speaking of going through something, let's talk about why you wrote or what was the reason behind Tales of a Fool. Let's get into that. I definitely want to know why.
All right, so I'm gonna give you what I can.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to go deep.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you what I can, but I will say this, right? And I'm gonna start from the beginning of the album because the album tells a full story, right? Instead of having interludes, I have chapters, right? And I did it purposefully so it tells a story. Actually, so this is a 3-part album, really, or storyline. So like just like you write a trilogy, I'm writing a album trilogy.
I mean, you
So
can call it what you want. You're the artist.
So at the end of the third album that comes out, we would take all of the chapters to place them together and have a short audiobook of the story that goes through, the kind of action adventure story that's happening.
Nice.
And
That's
I
good
did
marketing
that.
strategy too.
Thank you. I figured I'm trying to tie all my stuff I do together into one thing. So if you click on Jamaal Marvel, you see everything that I touch.
Yeah. Last person who did it like that was Michael Jackson.
Hey, and look what happened to him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I could be of that. You know what I mean? Like for real. So just like the album starts off with Dark Side, about an individual living life and experiencing things and traveling and doing that. The first 4 or 5 songs of the album is really about a person just living life, right? And it's all those stories in those first 4 or 5 songs are about that, this experience I've had. Girls is about me going to Brazil in 2017. Carnival, was amazing experience.
Oh, you went to Carnival in Brazil?
I was not ready.
Wasn't it amazing?
Oh my God, man.
Did you go to Sugarloaf Mountain?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, man.
I was there for about a week and a half.
Nice. I believe I was there for about a week as well. Did you climb up the tower and see the big Christ statue? Yep. Nice.
So funny story. So I have adventures everywhere I go, like no lie, like legit. Like I'm not sure how I'm alive and I'm okay with that. So for example, in Brazil, I was staying in like a Airbnb, like a group Airbnb, cheap living. And then my buddy came. He's like, "Oh, we should get a spot, like a own like hotel type thing, for the weekend." I'm like, "Cool, I'm down for that, So I book it. Oh my goodness, bro! I didn't know this, but I booked this spot in one of the favelas. Like I'm in the car, I'm talking to the lady. I'm like, "Yo, we in the wrong spot." She's like, "No, you're good. Just get in the white van." And I'm like, "Get in the white van."
And you got to let them know what that is because a lot of people don't know what we're talking about.
So the favelas is like the hood, but on steroids, time like a zillion. Okay, I mean, like, it's a policed area, fully enforced. I mean, going into the favela, you have cops fully armored, multiple police cars, fully loaded with automatic weapons. I mean, it was on the news. They shot down at once. Some people in the favela shot down a police helicopter. Like it's like real, and it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful from afar. Like it's beautiful colors, and it's like vibrant. You're like, wow, this is Brazil. You know what I mean? Like, and then you get there, you're like, wait, what
this is Brazil?
Yeah. So it was it ended up being a great experience. Honestly, it's like its own world.
Right, it really is.
Separated from everything else, and I knew about Brazil's history, but physically being there, I didn't realize how Black Brazil was. It's home. Like I don't speak the language, but like for real, like
are the kids still in the street talking about chick legs? Yo, is the Copacabana still there as well?
Copacabana, yep. Oh my God, I lived in Copacabana in Panema. I was on the beach all day. The Caparinas.
Yes.
Don't even start it.
Yo, that green drink. That green drink with all the leaves in it that they serve out there. It's their country's drink.
Caparina.
Yeah, I hate that. I will never drink one of those ever again in my life. Why? That drink is something serious. Yo, we can't be talking about Brazil. We supposed to be talking about you in this album.
Yes. I'm sorry.
We talking about Rio de Janeiro, and we supposed to be talking about you in the album. So how did we get to Tales of a Fool? You were saying you were writing girls because you was in Brazil.
Exactly. So Girls is about my experience in Brazil, and all my songs is about places I've been to and things I experienced. So the first 4 or 5 songs on the album is about me living my life and having a good time, right? And different stories. Well, if you're listening to the chapters, the first chapter kind of shows that about a guy walking in and listening to that, and then the second chapter comes on, and it talks about how something was coming behind this character, right? He saw it, didn't see it coming until it was up on him, right? And it attack them,
Yeah.
rip the chest, claws, monster, attacking them. And the next group of songs is about that situation that I experienced.
Yeah.
And it, no lie, like it crushed me. Like, I had never been, I'm a really happy person, I'm a really high energy, type of individual. And, most things hit me and kind of roll off. Okay, whatever, is a lesson, right? I'm going to apply this, and who's better than me? I got a lesson. I can move forward. But this right here kind of hit me, it hit me, and no lie, it broke me. Yeah. And, the middle portion of the album, it really is about the emotions and the feelings I was kind of dealing with in that moment. Yeah. Of the initial, like I said, the initial attack, right? Not the entirety of the situation. Yeah. Just, pinpointing that initial feeling of hopelessness, the initial feeling of anger, of, betrayal. And it's focused on that. And then the third act is almost like that second breath, right? One thing I don't believe in is staying stagnant, right? No matter what's happening in life, no matter how bad the situation is, just keep moving. Yeah. Keep moving. That's all. That's all. Just keep moving. Yeah. And for me, I absorb information. So if something is hurting me, if something is is attacking me, mentally, emotionally, whatever, my first thing is to understand it. So I'm like, read information, and that helps tune down my emotional state, like if you say, and it helps you bounce back. And that second portion of the album, that has songs like "Give It to Me," one of the biggest singles I released. It's about that. That song, talks about this individual going with something, going through an issue, and they're like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm going out, calling my friends. I'm going out. We have a good time. Why? Because life is too short, right? And I got things to do and places to go, and things, I got to live life, right? Yeah. So, so the album itself is basically like the first tier of that experience. So it covers me living my life, it covers the initial attack, and it covers me kind of getting my second breath. But there's two more, tiers to it. So obviously it wasn't that quickly over, right? And the second album that's coming out hopefully next year is called Tales of a Fool, Emotions. And that really goes into a lot of detail about truly the emotional experience and the stress that I went through. A little bit more detailed than the first album. And that focuses on that portion of it. So that's just kind of going to be a more personal, even more so personal, and like I said, emotional album. And then the last album on the storyline is basically what it transformed me into. Because even though I was going through what I was going through, and I think because it's my mom and my dad's like this upbringing, my aunts and like uncles, like even at my lowest point, there would be glimpses of my mind of like, this thing is beating the crap out of you. Like this is messing you up. Like this is messing you up. But get excited, because just like you go into the gym, you break your muscles down, and 2 days later, you looking good, right? Yeah. And if this is breaking you this much, if this is crushing you this much, when you are over it, you're gonna be so much better. Yeah. And and it wasn't always there, but it would just come every once in a while. Yeah. And that third album is like, is basically representing me evolving. I'm there. I'm coming out. I'm coming out this battle with this monster. I'm coming out of it, and I'm gonna rise. I thought I was bad before. Going to Brazil, doing my thing. I thought I was doing it right, but you ain't seen nothing yet, because I just evolved. Nice. So that's the kind of journey of the three albums. But yeah. So Tales of Fools out now, man. So check it out.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to listen to one of the songs that I like off of the album, which is called Mr. Man. Hey. Call me Mr. Man. Hey, I'm like, hard. I hear you, bro. But I add my funk to it. They call me Miss Woman.
I like that, yo.
So let's go ahead and put that on. Yes, that's my jump off right there. I love it. Let's get that on. Y'all make sure y'all keep it locked. Right here with your girl, TopNotch Butterscotch. We got Mr. Jamaal Marvel, Mr. Man, up next.
I can tell that you're struggling too, denying what you're feeling. You can't hide from me, I see the real you. Get that liquor in you, then you show up. Talking language
feel your body be saying that you want me closer. Frontin' like you be playing, but I know what you saying be the truth. I can see it in your eyes, the desire, the despise. You hate, but you know you on me. Let's not fight it, let's embrace. Play with fire, play with flames. Unleash the beast and enjoy it. You know, you should call me Mr. Man. You know you want my love. Put it down like nobody can. Yeah, they call me Mr. Man. You know you want my love. Tell me what you wanna do. Ain't got limits. Call me Mr. Man. You know you want my love. Put it down like nobody can. Yeah, they call me Mr. Man. You know you want my love. Tell me what you wanna do. Ain't got limits. I remember one time we were drinking with a bunch of friends. We were so fucked up, can't believe I still remember. You said you wanna freak up. I said what? You said you were just playing. I said oh. No, I don't understand. People single, you and I hesitating. I know why. Hiding what you feel inside. I'm just saying that we could. I can see it in your eyes, the desire, the despise. You hate, but you know you on me. Let's not fight it, let's embrace. Play with fire, play with flames. Unleash the beast and enjoy it. You know, you should call me Mr. Man. You know you want my love. Put it down like nobody can. Yeah, they call me Mr. Man. You know you want my love. Tell me what you wanna do. Ain't got limits. Call me Mr. Man. You know you want my love. Put it down like nobody can. Yeah, they call me Mr. Man. You know you want my love. Tell me what you wanna do. Ain't got limits. I've been sipping on that liquor, you've been sipping on that drink you drinking. Now I see the real you emerging from that shell. Now you're saying things that got me thinking, make emotions got me craving, sticking out your tongue, and then you look away. I'm trying to love you, but you made that shit so hard. Just wanna embrace you, why? You make this shit so hard. Yeah. Why you playing games? Got my body stressing. No, I'm not the same since the day I met you. I've been thinking about you like Frank Ocean say. No, you thinking about me in all kind of way. Call me Mr. Man. And I wanna feel your body next to mine. Call me Mr. Man. Let me lay you down. Call me Mr. Man. And I wanna feel your every need. Mr. Man. Let me lay you down. What's good? What's up? I'm drunk. You too. That's you can get it tonight. What's good? What's up? I'm drunk. You too. That's yeah, we can get it tonight. What's good? What's up? I'm drunk. You too. That's yeah, we can get it tonight. What's good?
The greatest internet station bringing you nothing but its
The
best.
biggest in the game. Turn up the volume.
Hidden City Radio.
Yo, that's my jam.
That's what's stuff. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you feeling it.
So, like, she was playing games. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibes I got from old girl. Like, I can see it in your eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, why you playing with me?
That tease, you know.
Yeah,
But
and then
honestly,
when you mentioned the part about her drinking, you know what they say, drunk man speak a sober man mind. She know she wanted it. Look, why she was playing with you like that, though?
how often does that happen, though? You know, I think
A lot, because it just happened to me. It just happened to me. You know what? We're not doing this. We're
But I
not
just want
doing
to say,
this.
just for a second, right? For the song, right?
Mm-hmm.
when I wrote it, I was thinking like I look at it twofold, right?
Yeah.
You got those who play games,
Yeah.
and you have those who don't know how, right?
Mm.
When I say don't know how, not everybody is comfortable enough in their skin, and not everybody is comfortable enough to be able to say what they feel like. So people could be like, man, I'm really crushing, and all of them in their head and daydreaming, right? And they get around you and they just like froze up. They don't know what to say, right? Like they're just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Right?
They'd be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then you get to be like, I get you.
Exactly. But then they get a little alcohol into them, and you see like a spark. Like, wait, where does that come from? Right?
Okay.
And then they come, so it's not always games. I say it's 50-50. I say 50% games and then 50% like just don't know. It's just that emotional shyness or emotional fear.
After you get the liquor in you and you figure out what you want, after the liquor goes away, you still playing games though, then you gotta go back. Like
that courage. You need more of that courage though. That liquid.
Nah, because you done did it. You done did it down,
You done did it. True.
God. But that's my jam right there. I love it. And it's like you mix so many different things, like the tones, the beats. Like when you got to that breakdown and you hit the bongos in there, I was just like, all right. You know what I'm saying? I saw somebody just dancing. I'm like, oh, okay. Y'all trying to be nasty. Sucker. Come on now. You got that liquor in you, girl. Come on, girl. Yes. I mean, because it beats like that. I feel you. That's when you get that liquor in you, that's when,
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Hello.
Get a little bit of freedom. Get a little too free sometimes.
Oh, all right. I could feel you on that. So let's talk about the album cover, and I'm going to bring it on the screen right here. Let me share it real quick so people can see what I'm talking about. Now, with this album cover here, you have, it looks like a monster or Skeletor, because I'm old school. It looks like Skeletor in the gray area. And then you have like a sense of euphoric down here, like a euphoric sense of a guy just walking away. You know what I'm saying? So break that down. What's going on with the album cover?
So, just like the story, starts off, you have an individual, walking, listening to music, headphones. I kind of modeled the individual kind of after myself. I'm known to always have headphones on. I'm known to always be wearing tank tops. It's just kind of like my thing, book bag. It's kind of what I do. So living their life, living their best life, right? In the back of their mind, they know something's behind them, right? But the sun is still out technically, right? You're still in your moment. You're still living your life, and you ain't really trying to turn around because you're living your life, right? But something's behind you, and that the concept of the album cover is to give that something is coming, that looming effect of two things: a person living their life, a person going about their business, enjoying life, and also being unsuspecting, both unsuspecting and knowing of something coming. Because you can know something is coming, but not know what or how big or the magnitude is coming. Right, because if I had known the biggest thing that was coming, I would have prepared.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That is
I
true.
would have like whatever it is, it'll bounce off. Right, so it kind of gives both that feel, and then also, like I said, I try my best to incorporate my writing. So I'm a fantasy action writer, so I try my best to incorporate all that. So like I was saying earlier, I'm actually using this artwork and the artist who did it. Shout out to J-Zone. At J-Zone on Instagram, out in Venezuela.
Okay, nice.
Does the artwork, amazing guy. So I'm using that for some of the artwork for the album, for the book that's dropping. I'm doing a comic book and I'm doing a full-length novel. It goes along with it as well too.
Nice.
So,
and it's funny you say comic book because your name gives me like a superhero type feel. Jamaal Marvel. Is that your real name, Jamaal?
Jamaal is. Jamaal is.
Nice.
So I took Jamaal Marvel, or actually what's been happening a lot, right? A lot of people have been calling me Jamaal Marvel. And so that's like, it's like 50-50 almost now. Like, so I'm not even correcting. I'm like, you know what? call me whatever you want to call me. I like Marvel. I like Marvel. I like the fact that
I
it's
like
Swiss on it. I love all
Marvel
of it.
because it fits more with your cover art. It fits more with
Aesthetic.
your flow and your aesthetic. Yes, Marvel. That's just like changing Dollar Tree to Dollar Tree, Trey or whatever, or Target to Target. Come on.
Target.
Like
I feel
let's
you.
cut it out. You
But
don't
the
have an
Marvel part
asterisk
came
over
from.
that.
No, I don't actually. I didn't know. But the I'm a huge comic nerd. Love
Yeah.
comics, love anime. So definitely wanted kind of to pay homage to that.
Okay,
Um,
nice.
In this, I got to meet Stanley before he passed, and that was one of the highlights of my life. So
Nice. Wow.
that was really dope. Yeah. So I just wanted to pay homage to that, and kind of like you said, my aesthetic is story. That's
Yeah.
really what I'm about, right? I like my songs to tell a story. If I can't tell a story in it, then it's probably not something I want to be a part of.
And even according to your titles, you can see that Chapter 1, Stormfront, Track 8, Chapter 2, Initial Blow. It's telling you like what's going on. I feel like I'm reading a comic book, reading the titles of your song,
That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
Chapter 1, Stormfront, you got the dark side, then Mr. Man, I guess that's the main character. Then you got the, the distractions. And then, of course, you got a love story or a love interest in every movie, so you have to have a love interest. And from what I'm guessing, first it was the girls, and then you see someone of interest, and then the woman, that one, that, and then your heart's melting with the candy rain. Then Chapter 2, the initial blow. It can mean two things. She broke your heart, the initial blow, or you found out some horrible news. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that to be continued. Dun dun dun.
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
you. I got you.
Exactly.
I'm seeing you.
And that's the flow. And also, I like to do something. I've seen other artists do, and I love it. I love it in books. I love it in music. Is when you read something or you hear something and you interpret it one way,
Yeah.
but there's a zillion ways to really interpret it.
Yes.
So, for example, OTP, right? A lot of people really like that song, and the concept behind it, they're thinking it's about a girl, right?
Okay.
But I don't use any pronouns in that song, and the song is actually about addiction. So people go back and listen to the song, they're like, man, like I see that, like you could put anything into it. You could put, you're addicted to drugs or addicted to gambling or addicted to watching TV or girls or whatever it is that you find yourself addicted to. But you can insert yourself in it if you need to. And
Right.
what I'm saying? Your situation into it. So, a lot of times, especially if the title isn't something like direct, like women or girls, I'm probably doing something like that somewhere in there, so that I feel like it gives the album a re-listenability. You can re-listen to it multiple times and pick something new out of it. Just like you can read a book multiple times and get something new from that character.
Or watch a movie multiple times.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the goal I was going for. Yeah.
Nice. Has anyone ever told you kind of resemble Michael B. Jordan?
I didn't know that was gonna come up. I knew it. Like, all right, I
Yeah.
was in the store today and I had my mask on. It was like, could you pull your mask down for a second?
Put your
And I
mask
did
down,
it.
sir.
And yeah. It was 3 girls and they all kind of looked at it. It was like, yeah. And I was like, I know exactly what y'all are talking about. Like, I don't necessarily see it, but it's happened so many times. Like, at first I thought, it was a certain demographic who thought that.
Yeah.
But then it was everybody, and I was like, man,
No,
like,
I
all right,
see
so
it,
I'm gonna start
bro.
going to casting calls. Like, hey, what's up? I'm here. Can I get my check real quick? And then I do my acting scene.
Nice. So you said you performed with your first group that you wrote the album with. Have you performed with them lately, or is there any comeback albums or anything like that?
Not from that. So, we were all together in South Korea, which I've lived in South Korea for a very long time. I think about a total of almost 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's like my second home. I love Korea. It's an amazing, major country. Shout out to Korea.
Yeah.
And so we used to perform out there, but we all went to different locations afterwards. So, we haven't gotten back together to do music just because it's so spread apart. So that was kind of like a one and done deal. It was like one of those, hey, we're here now. We're in this situation. We're enjoying each other's company, and we're here. So let's just do this. And it was just a great time, man. Being able to perform in South Korea and meet people out there and the music and be inspired by the music out there and be inspired by each other. Because at that time I was a reggae, I was a pop R&B singer, funk.
Okay.
I didn't make beats, I didn't rap, I did none of that stuff. Full time. So that producer was straight hardcore EDM.
You rapped in that last track. You were singing and rapping. Man, go ahead. I'm sorry. That was
You good. And then, my boy Tuck was from Chicago rapper. Shout out to Chicago and Jennifer, producing amazing artists all the time. And then, our guitarist was reggae rock. Okay. And we, no lie, was just in the room one night, like drinking and stuff. And somebody was making the beat, playing around, and somebody started doing stuff. It's like, that's so weird, but it sounds cool. Let's keep going. And we stayed up, made a song. And the next day when we were sober, we listened to it. We was like, that's different. And nice. I like it, so let's just go with it.
Nice.
So one of the songs from the album is called Jane Doe. Most people have a pretty interesting reaction from that one, okay. But I think that encompasses what the group was. But no, we haven't done anything after that.
Since that album.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so what's next for you?
And so I guess if I stick with what's coming up with this album, because a couple of projects happening. So starting June, I'll be releasing the book. So the way I'm doing the book is slightly different. Okay, I love to write. I write a lot. I write in like 3 different universes. Nice. So my baby, I've been writing on since I was like 10, and I'm not pushing it out until I get experience in the in the literary world.
Something like an Avatar type deal.
Yeah, it's pretty massive. Yeah.
Nice.
So this novel that I'm writing, starting in June, I'm gonna be releasing 2 chapters per week on platforms like Rose and Wattpad, right, to kind of build a following. So I'm releasing really episodes. Okay, so I wrote the book I'm writing the book like episodes, and each episode has multiple chapters, right? So you're getting episodes versus just chapters, right? So it's a full concept realized in that episode. You know what I mean? And then on the day that I release the extended version of Tales of the Fool in September-October time period, the full novel will be available for actual purchase, on Amazon and things like that. So I'm releasing half the novel and then dropping it for full purchase the same day the extended version of the album is dropped. So that's the goal for that. And then as far as the extended version of the album goes, so all right, here's the concept, right? It's an extended version of the album, which really it's called Tales of a Fool 1.5, right? Because this one's Tales of a Fool Volume 1. This is Volume 1.5. So it's not 2. So it's not a continuation of the story, right? It's just that I wanted to continue in that mode.
Build up. Gotcha.
So what I did was, back in the early 2000s, I remember in the late 90s, right? When somebody said remix meant like a completely different beat. You had different features. You had
several different people on there.
Exactly. Yeah. And the only thing that was really similar was like the title of the song, right?
That is true.
And that's basically what I'm doing for this. So I have the same titles for the most part of Tales of a Fool, but the songs are completely different beats. Mr. Man is up there, 1.5, completely different beat, right? OTP is up there. Dark Side is the only original song really that's going to be on the album. The rest of them are all basically a brand new album, just with the same concept and storyline, just like an alternate version of it. So that's happening. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. And the cool thing is, so I got on Clubhouse recently. I don't know if you heard the app Clubhouse.
Yeah.
And I met so I met a lot of amazing artists. It's a lot of amazing artists there. And what I'm doing is I started a monthly playlist. They're on Spotify and on all streaming platforms, and it's only 25 songs, and they feature nothing but these indie artists on the playlist. There's some dope artists, and for this upcoming project, I'm working with a lot of those individuals on the song, so that way, we all come together and they get some exposure, and it's just I'm excited about that, collaborations, and with those amazing talents that nobody really heard of, so that's happening. And then the most soonest project, the project coming up first is called Juneteenth. So nice. I've been saying it for a while. Like, I want to do something Juneteenth. I want to do a cookout. I'm gonna do an event, like a photograph event. I'm gonna do something, and I never do it. So this year, I was like, you know what? I've been saying this for like the last 4 or 5 years. I'm gonna do it. Why not? So what I decided to do was releasing the EP on Juneteenth, called Juneteenth, and the
Nice.
concept of the EP is really a celebration of the legacy of Black people in America. It's not a Wars Me album. It's a it talks about some deep subjects, right?
Right.
But it's not in that moment. It's not talking about like this is what happened to us, this is what he did to us, and this is what our lives are currently. It's like, yo, how dope are we? Like, look at this. Like, look at all this crowd we
Yo,
done
we
ran through.
dope.
We
They
dope.
sleep on us, but we dope. We
We
super dope.
So
We
the
dope.
songs are more for the most part uplifting. That's
Okay.
the concept of it. Is that same
Nice.
character in the Tales of a Fool? It kind of ends when you listen to the chapters in the Tales of a Fool album of him
Nice.
getting up and attacking the monster, right? So I'm still doing chapters, still tied in. So this character gets teleported and gets teleported to a
One
modern
of
day
those
time.
3 planets that you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. So it's like an anthropology. Nice.
Basically.
Okay,
So he gets
cool.
teleported and he's in the classroom and he's able to see, not interact, but just see. Right?
Yeah, I got you.
What he sees is he's in this classroom. This guy, and it takes place 100 years in the future, and this teacher is teaching this class, and he's teaching this class basically false history, right? Because
Okay.
the history that about our history in general has always been manipulated and twisted. So when you go back and look at the original history and look at now, it's completely different. It's like so this guy is doing the teacher is teaching this class, and so he's observing that. That's a song about that. Then he's
Yeah.
whipped around and transported in history, and he's transported back to Egypt time period and Kemet time period, and he's able to see Black people in their element, their greatness, in that song called Kings and Queens. And so he's basically jumping through time, seeing Black people at different points.
Nice.
And then there's songs about that.
So you would say it's like that new show Antebellum. I'm not sure if you've seen it. I haven't seen it, but I just saw a
haven't.
preview of it, and I was just like, oh, okay, I get it now. Maybe I'll go back and watch it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess if you jump through time in general, but yeah, definitely. Like it covers, like the span of from all the way back from Egypt time period to 100 years in the future.
Nice. Ooh,
But it's only
nice,
six.
nice.
It's only six tracks, so it's nothing crazy long.
Okay.
There's a couple of skits and there's a couple of interludes. Intermediate.
Yeah.
I want
Just
to
to give a
educate
little
too.
background. Nice.
And kind of incorporate
Okay.
this everything that makes Black people great. Actually, I just recorded one of the songs yesterday that goes on it. It's called Legacy of the Brown Skin. I love the song. Yeah.
I love that title.
Yeah. Thank you. So I'm really excited about this project. It started off to be like one
Okay.
song and then it kind of evolved to something else. But I'll start dropping singles. Out the Dark Side, all the singles I drop will be for that project on Juneteenth.
Okay.
To celebrate us real quick. Take that month. I know we get February, but I'm gonna take June, right?
Hey,
And,
give me all of me.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna take
Yeah.
June and celebrate us, man, and push it out. And then after that, we jump into singles all summer long for the extended version, the 1.5 version of the album. So this year is
Nice.
packed with music. Yeah.
Wow, man. So looking at the clock, I can't believe we already talked up our time, man. I was ready to ask more questions. So before I let you go, we're going to have to chop it up again. If I got to
Definitely.
reschedule you, we can reschedule.
Definitely.
So
I'm always ready.
please let the people know where they can find you. And when it's all said and done, what you want to be remembered for, we got 7 minutes. So go ahead, let them know where they can find you, and when it's all said and done, what you want to be remembered for. Go ahead.
Dope. So you can honestly, I've been working really hard at getting my name out there. So if you just type in Jamaal Marvel, it's spelled Jamaal, and then Marvel like Marvel Comics, anywhere, all my stuff pops up. So any platform from YouTube to Spotify to Tidal to whatever you listen to music on, my music is there. The album is called Tales of a Fool, or you can just go to my website, JamaalMarvel.com. So again, everything's Jamaal Marvel. So you can find me in those locations: Instagram, Jamaal Marvel, Twitter, Jamaal Marvel. My
it's on
writing,
the screen
Jamaal
right
Marvel,
here.
and it's on the screen. So just that one name will take
Yep.
you everywhere.
Nice.
And then as far as what I want to be remembered for, you know what? I don't really have anything that I want to be remembered for, right? Because I don't necessarily feel like I
Look
want to
for
be.
that
I want to be
validation.
remembered, right?
Nice.
Yeah. I think in the moment, what I want to be known for, right, is good energy, right? I want people to know me and speak of me because of the energy that I present when I'm around them, right? And that energy should be something that helps, that that heals. The energy should be something that I want to feel. I want to be a calming and energetic at the same time. I'm feeling around people, right? And as far as my music and my work goes, again, I don't want to be remembered. I just want what I create to live on, because it's continuously helping people. 100 years from now, somebody's able to listen to a song like, man, this right here gets me through, right? Man, I can relate to this because this right here is how I feel in this moment. Reading my novels and be like, man, like I get this. I'm able to read this book and for a moment be away from the daily stresses of life. So it's not necessarily knowing my name, but just knowing what I create, because it's still influencing people and affecting people in a positive way. So yeah, that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first on Hidden City Radio with Mr. Jamaal Marvel. I'm so sorry we got to let him go so soon, because I didn't think it was time for me to go just yet. But we are definitely going to invite him back on the show, because what you have going on creative-wise, as far as your music and incorporating it with your comic book and incorporating with it's just like I said, Michael Jackson, that's what he did. That's what he gave us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking forward to seeing what the future holds for you, Jamaal. Like, you're awesome.
Thank you so much. I just want to give a shout out real quick to Underground Records out in Busan, Korea.
Nice.
We work together. I make all my beats, but working with that engineer, Shane, was phenomenal. We used to go there, and my warm up, how you warm up to go to the studio, was talking with him and his girlfriend Nina. She's from England. We would sit down, we have tea, and we talk about social issues for like 2 hours.
Nice.
And then we go sing. So just shout out to them, that whole experience.
Shout out. Well, we hate to see you go. I'm gonna hit you back. Because you got to come back. We got to finish this conversation.
Hey, I'm ready.
But it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, and we're gonna see you when we see you. All right.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you so much for having me.
My honor. Thank you. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first on Hidden City Radio with your girl TopNotch Butterscotch. Make sure you tune in every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. for a great show. Man, I'm just mad I gotta go. Like, man, why? I wanted to get in more. But you know what, y'all? We're gonna bring him back. I promise y'all. Definitely gonna bring him back. Like, he has more. But wait, there's more to be continued. Until next time. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, it's your girl TopNotch Butterscotch. Yo, remember to keep it real, rap raw, so they can't call you flaw. I'll be back on April 7th, y'all. April 7th. I gotta go on vacay. I'm gonna just play some Mark Ronson and Yebba. I'm out. Peace.
Every station is dropping hit after hit on City Flow.
I love this station.
Right now on Hidden City Radio.
I got way too many questions, always learning lessons, loving too hard.